All right, what do you got? What do you know?
How do you like Pullman?
I like it a lot. I like the campus. I love this facility here. I think it's really great. Talk about recruiting and bringing guys in, and they see this building. It's an impressive place to be. So I'd like it a few degrees warmer personally, but it's been good. It's going well.
Is your whole family up here yet? Or?
Not yet. They're finishing school out in Kentucky through the spring, and then they'll kind of go from there. So I'm running solo, but getting a lot done.
Just noticing practice-wise, it just seems like you've just been in your comfort zone since day one. I mean, how easy has that been?
Well, I know Coach Leach, so I know what kind of his standard is. I've been involved in this offense a little bit, so I understand just basic terminology and personnel and what we're trying to accomplish, and just the practice schedule. I'm kind of used to that. Still learning, different signals kind of move quickly. I'm still trying to pay attention to, but it's a great group of players, great group of coaches, and really fun to be a part of. And yeah, I'm excited about going every day.
And you get out on the field, and you got guys like Tay Martin and Desmond Patman, looks like a tight end, and Esau Winston. What can you say about
It's a good group. Roger Fisher, too, is doing well for just getting here. His day one progress from day one to now is really good. But, yeah, those four guys are really talented players, and they're a young group. So they got a bright future ahead of them, and I'm looking forward to watching them. They kind of get better every day in the spring, so it's a good crew.
You mentioned Fisher. How tough is that to be an earlier enrollee?
It's very hard. It's very, very difficult. And what he's seeing is very different than he's ever seen. I mean, he's seen bump and run. He's seen coverages move around. He's asked to block. He's asked to do things he hadn't done before, and there's a lot coming at him. But he's a talented, kind of gifted, and he's a little bigger than you think he is. He's kind of a big, strong. He plays a little stronger than a guy that should still be in high school. So I'm pretty impressed with him. He's got a good future here. He really does.
He doesn't look like he's really left your side for the entire spring camp. Is that eagerness to learn?
It's both. It's I kind of stand with him, and we both stand next to Tay, kind of trying to learn the signals too, because he'll look at me and I'll look at Tay, and then between the three of us, we kind of learn it out. But he's the one, obviously, every play he's got the most to kind of learn and just slow down just a little bit so he can kind of line up and get used to what he's doing. But yeah, he and I together are kind of learning at a similar pace.
What's it been like coming into an offense that's air raid offense where you're coaching the guys that get to?
It's fun. It's fun to recruit. It's fun to talk to the receivers. I mean, your position is asked to win football games here, clearly. And you guys, even recruiting guys, receivers in this offense. And we have two receiver coaches. I mean, because you guys we're coaching you guys to make a difference at every down. The history of what Coach Leach has done over his 10, 15, however long career is really impressive. So between QBs and receivers, every day you're going to get an opportunity to kind of show what you can do.
And what's it been like coming into I know a lot of coaching staffs and different teams have big time turnover at different stages, but what's it been like kind of coming into a program where there's been a lot of new coaches?
You know what? There are not a lot of new coaches on offense, really. I mean, O-line coaching myself, but Coach Nickel, he knows what he's doing. QB coach is still here, Coach Leach. So what they're doing offensively stays pretty standard. Other than that, the new guys that are coming in, it kind of helps me. You kind of hate to be the only new guy. So it's kind of fun to really be with 3 or 4 new guys where we're kind of all learning Pullman together and all learning kind of the ropes of everyday life. But the players are great, and, let's go coach ball, let's go play ball. The pace of practice is 100 miles an hour, so everybody kind of knows what they're doing, and it's going well. Flow is good.
Esau Winston had a pretty strong day today. I know you were in your last group. He's made a lot of strides since last season. What have you seen in 2 weeks?
Yeah, again, I don't know much about him from last year, but I'm very impressed with him. I like everything he does. I like his personality. I like his tempo. I'm waiting to see how we scrimmage and how he sticks his nose in there and how tough he plays. But everything I've seen from him in practice from early on is really good. He's a guy that'll definitely play a lot of snaps, and he does a lot of really good things for us offensively.
Do you tell he's maybe motivated from not playing?
I couldn't tell you that. I don't know what his motivation was last year. I don't know if he should have played. I don't know the guys last year that graduated. And I like telling all those guys that too. I don't know anything about you. And even when we did our midnight maneuvers, just watching them compete, I was like, guys, I have no preconceived notion about any of you. I mean, I want to watch you work and see what you look like. And it's a fresh deck going out there. And I try to judge guys on who can get open, who can catch the ball and make plays. And if I can keep to that 3 standard, that's how you guys compete, and that's how I'm going to measure you guys every day.
How often are you in communication with your dad, and do you bounce ideas off him still?
Not much. I talk to him probably 2-3 times a week, and he'll ask a little bit, but, this offense and his offense are very different in a lot of different ways. So he's curious about it a little bit, but he tells me a little bit more about his golf game, and he does ask questions about how we're running the air raid here.
Do you have plans to come up here for a bunch
of
home games?
I don't know if he'll be up for a bunch, but he'll definitely be up for a couple, either home or away. But yeah, he'll make his mark in Pullman.
I asked you earlier this spring how much has Coach Leach changed? And you said not one bit, and we just asked that about yourself, and he said you haven't changed a bit. You guys kind of stuck in a time warp here?
And I've kept up with him all the time, but Coach Leach is Coach Leach, and he's he hasn't changed much at all. And I hope I haven't changed a whole lot either. So hopefully we can keep winning games together.
Coach, you obviously don't get to coach the quarterbacks, but you've seen a lot from them.
Yep.
And how have any of them impressed you, the older guys, or
I tell you what, it's a pretty good crew. I think Trey's done an excellent job, and his personality and leadership out there is recognizable. I mean, you can hear him and see him, and I think he's played well. I think he throws well, communicates well, and runs his offense very well. So I've been impressed with what he's done. And then some of the young guys, I think, have a chance to be good players too. So it's a good crew. Coming in, that was obviously the big question mark from what you hear about this offense. Who's going to play quarterback? And I think we'll have one or two guys that can fit that role nicely here. From
your viewpoint, it just seemed like today there was a lot of great-looking balls, a lot of thread in the needle today. Do you think this was one of the better quarterback days overall?
I think every day's looked about like this. They've all been good. For a rainy, kind of cool day, though, I thought we threw and caught the ball pretty well. Because going out there, I didn't expect us to catch the ball really as well as we did. Typically, I don't practice on days like today. We go to the indoor. But it was. And what I think is neat is these offensive guys, this whole team is kind of used to practicing. Let's go. There was no hesitation at all about the weather today. Let's go out. Balls are going to be in the air, and we're expected to catch them. And I think the standard here is pretty high amongst all those guys.
Okay, let's go.